I'm Pamela Portnoy.
I'm Alexa Marie Anderson.
And no one's okay. It's happening!
Yay!
We're back! You guys, we have our first double feature, which we call it double guest, double feature, double whammy episode with Alexa and Taylor of the Uncorked and Unfiltered podcast. They are so lovely and we're so excited to meet them. I would say give them a round of applause, but I'm sure you're going to do that.
How about let's all just take a sip of our drink.
Oh,
that's
yes.
the perfect.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Cheers.
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 Already, cheers.
Alexa, Alexa, do you want to admit how much you failed at this exercise?
I did. So I typically would have a drink. I have a slight headache, so I was like, maybe that's not the best plan for me. So I have water.
No, good for you.
She was
As we
very
always
close
say,
to saying,
stay
maybe
hydrated.
say it's vodka, but I'm like, no, they're gonna get it. They're
You're
gonna
like,
get
you're
it.
gonna look crazy.
Straight a full glass of vodka.
I mean,
oh my
I
God.
wouldn't put it past me, but not today.
Don't worry. Thank you for your honesty.
Water.
Yeah, vodka and water. That's healthy.
That's fine.
Right?
Yeah. You guys, so we want to know how you met, how you guys started your podcast. You guys have a really lovely dynamic. Please share with the class.
Oh, thank you. T, you want to take it away?
Yeah, this is going way, way back. So we met in second grade.
That is a long time ago.
Yes, it's about.
I'm wearing
how
pajama
old are
shorts
we?
right now.
We're 26, so
26.
long time.
So yeah, it's been like 20 years almost. It was recess, and we were playing this game. Like, I think it was called Fire Trucks or something.
Yeah, firefighter.
Something weird. And like the girls would run around, and like the boys would chase the girls, and like I don't even know how we.
I think we both got like taken and got like handcuffed under the playground.
Yeah,
the teachers shut this game down after a while because honestly, it was like really inappropriate that the guys were like handcuffing the girls, fake handcuffing.
Right,
but I think we bonded in like the jail or prison. I think.
Yeah, and we've been best friends ever since.
That's amazing.
That you remember that story. I don't even know what I was doing in second grade. That's amazing. You remember?
I'm afraid it sticks out in my mind because something weird was going on, but
Probably.
I just like,
yeah.
But yeah, we went to the same high school together. We went to different colleges, but obviously that didn't stop us. We survived a whole semester of Taylor being in Italy for studying abroad. So when we could do that with that time difference, we were like, we're immortal together. We're unstoppable.
I love that. I'm with Alexa. I don't know Alexa.
It's okay. You can call me Lex.
Lex, do you go by Lex?
I tell people to
yeah.
do that sometimes.
Okay, sweet. She's like, so do I.
Okay. Great, perfect.
It's so weird to say my name to someone else though. Like
I know. Oh my God, we got to talk on the side because I got to ask you about like Amazon Echo. Like, how's that going for you?
Oh,
we'll talk.
Yeah.
You had one for a while, didn't you?
I had one for a hot second. I think it doesn't work. It doesn't work. My parents have one. I can't even.
Same. My boyfriend has one.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I could go on.
Yeah, I can't talk to them on the phone because she'll start talking. It's a thing. It's a whole thing.
But like you mentioned, I have zero memory of meeting any of my friends for the first time. I just have like snippets.
I remember meeting you.
Awkward.
Except for you.
Wait, how did you guys meet?
Alexa, how do you want to tell them how we met?
Yes, I will. We met at our side hustle. We worked together. We were working at a.
Do you remember the moment we were introduced, though? I know, of course, we met there.
Oh, like,
but they were so
moment.
specific.
I know, that was very specific. You're right. That was very specific. I mean, I think we worked the same shift, and we didn't talk. I think the first time we met.
You're failing. You don't remember. All right.
She's like, you're the same as me. You don't know.
You are no better. That shit.
I did a little bit better. Okay. You were like, I don't remember where I met any of my friends.
Beautiful. Let's
we're doing great.
We're doing great. So what inspired you? You guys have obviously known each other for so long and this is a forever thing. How did you decide that you wanted to start this podcast?
So obviously we're best friends. She's like the only person that I can just like text 24/7 and we talk about either everything or nothing. But when quarantine hit in March, I mean, Taylor has like brought it up before. She was like, I've always wanted to do a podcast. I feel like we would be so good at it. And I'm like, yeah, I think it would be a lot of fun, but like we just like, life busy, whatever. But when quarantine hit and like you don't leave your freaking room, we thought, okay, like let's finally do this. So I think we started our first episode in like April 2020. And since we kind of like had that time when like the first of quarantine, like everything shut down, we had that time to focus on it. And now we've kind of integrated it into our lives and like set time aside for it. And we just like love it because it's just our friendship. We're just talking shit, talking about entertainment, celebrities, which is what we like to do anyway. We're just now recording it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Very similar to our experience, I would say.
Oh, love it.
Yeah, for sure.
Amazing.
You guys are a quarantine podcast, or is that when you started?
Well, we actually not really, I guess. Not a true quarantine podcast because we started planning to launch in 2020 in 2019. And we did launch right before everything went down. So I think it was like January 21st. We like put out our first episode and then pandemic happened and we were like, well, we got to figure out a way to keep doing this thing, which is when we became remote because we were actually recording in studio prior to.
Oh, cool.
Pandemic. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We have not done that yet.
It's really fun.
In studio?
Yeah.
Do you guys have one? You guys are in New York, New Jersey?
Mm-hmm. New York, I'm sure, has a bunch, but New Jersey has a few here and there. We just haven't been together to be able to do it. So, I don't know.
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, this is like a crazy, crazy time. But that's cool that you guys are able to do it remote and that you guys just jumped right in.
Yeah.
And killing it.
It's been great.
Yeah, you guys are.
Oh, shucks.
Thanks.
What are some challenges you guys encounter though getting your podcast off the ground? If any?
Multiple. There are multiple challenges. I mean, we're kind of we didn't have a big following. I mean, we still don't. Like, we're two random girls from New Jersey and New York. So just getting people to listen and like figuring out what people want to listen to and like what episodes do better than others based on what we talked about, or is it based on the title that we had chose or the picture we posted on Instagram? Like just trying to figure out how we can get more people to kind of listen, I guess. It's probably
the
challenge.
algorithm doesn't make sense. We feel like when we see an episode really pop off, we try and think, okay, why did this one do so well? Let's do it again. And we just like every time, like we're just like, we're not really sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've come across that too as well.
Yeah, there's like one that does like spectacularly well. Alexa's convinced that it's because she like went off, but I don't think that's why.
I hope it's not that.
No, it's just like an outlier. Like
it's like a random.
Different.
Yeah, it's like a random episode, and we're like, "What is that? Like, what happened there?" So it's interesting to, I don't know, learn about it and see what works, what doesn't work. But then you're right, like the algorithm, I don't think makes sense.
Yeah. And then I just feel like there's so many podcasts too. Like I never realized how many there were until we started getting into this and I started paying more attention to it. I was like, oh my gosh, like we're going to be like, there's not that many out there. We'll be so like creative and whatever. And now I'm looking around and I'm like, there are about 500 million.
I know, like everyone has one.
There's
literally everyone.
And so many started during quarantine.
Yeah.
Too. Like so many started popping up. Which is great. It's awesome. It's awesome that everyone, I think there's content for everyone, you know what I mean, out there. Everyone is has different interests. So we all play a part, right? Hopefully.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully.
So as I said, your guys' show is called Uncorked and Unfiltered. So what makes wine such a beautiful partner to your creativity, to your creative project and your creativity?
Excellent question, number one. But I mean, it just works for Taylor and I. We've always loved wine. Like when we were 5, we drank wine.
We were drinking wine.
we just something that we've always done is have wine nights, and we then talk until 5 a.m. about anything. We just love wine when we're hanging out and talking. And that title really ties into what we feel like our podcast is. Like, when we drink wine, we get a little unfiltered. It makes us relax a little bit more. And we don't, we're kind of able to let our guard down a little bit and really just like say our opinions, not thinking too much about like what we're saying. So that's what we kind of feel. And like, I feel like most of what we talk about is light stuff that like really at the end of the day doesn't really matter, celeb drama, entertainment. Yeah. So we like to have fun with it.
Yeah. I also feel like wine kind of goes with everything besides like driving. Like, don't drive and have wine.
Don't drive and wine.
Everything else, wine kind of just makes it better.
I agree with you.
Couldn't agree more, honestly.
Except tonight I'm having, a White Claw with subtle notes of raspberry.
Beautiful.
Instead of a glass of wine. But I totally agree with your point. It's interesting that you guys find it, well, obviously you loosen up, relax and stuff like that. But I notice on episodes, I don't know if Alexa feels the same way, on episodes that we really like are a couple glasses in, like we have the most second thoughts about whether to publish said episode. Do you guys ever like have that discussion of like, should we put this out there?
There's one episode when we first started. Yeah,
our second episode.
We were wasted.
I was basically blackout. I don't really remember.
We were slurring our words.
Yeah.
And we didn't really realize it until we posted it. And then as I'm listening it back, even when I was editing it, I was like, this is fine. And then as we were listening to it, I was like, wow, we sound trashed.
Yeah.
So it was only just the way you sounded, like nothing that you said.
No, I don't think so. Because like I said, like I feel like a lot of what we talk about, like even if my opinion might be controversial, it's controversial about like Harry Styles. It's not like it's not, we don't really press upon like politics. We kind of try and keep that stuff separate. Like we try to stay away from all of that type of stuff because we just want this to be like kind of that type of like escape you can go to where. Because you hear that stuff all the time, like, and I have other outlets where I'll express that. But so I guess that's why I'm kind of like, I mean, sure, there are some times where Taylor and I will text and we'll be like, okay, should we edit that part out?
That was rough.
But I do know what you mean. But for the most part, I think we just don't take what we say too seriously because we know at the end of the day, like, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. And we like message you guys every time we have that feeling because we have that feeling a lot.
All the time.
I got you. I'll talk you through it.
We will talk you. I will be your hype girl so hard. I'll be like, just post it. Just do it. You'll feel so much better when you post it.
Like Alexa said, one of your episodes, it seems like, was one of like the most popular ones when you went off. So
This is true. I mean, it's so funny, and I don't know if Pam's going to murder me for saying this, but we did do one episode that we didn't post.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. You can share that. We're not posting it.
We're we're still not doing it. I don't care what you say. We were taking shots of whiskey.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Never a good idea.
Never a good idea. It's a fun episode to like listen to, just us. But yeah, we were like, I don't know if we should post this one.
Well, the purpose was for us to be drunk because it was one of our emotion episodes where we were exploring the art of getting drunk. Like much like the episodes where we explore fear or joy or sadness. Like we were exploring drunk and we explored it.
You explored it to the extreme.
Definitely explored it.
Yeah, for sure.
I love it.
I do too. I feel like shots that's intense. That's intense.
We haven't done that.
No. Maybe we should try tequila.
Just it?
Tequila.
Okay. Actually do it. Let's see what happens.
She's like, go for it.
Oh my god. I can't even imagine what we would say.
It was quite entertaining, honestly. But speaking of exploring, tell us about your travels together. Who plans the itinerary, or does it mostly like, how do you guys plan all that stuff?
Honestly, most of our trips are kind of done on like a whim.
Okay.
We decided to go to Iceland. I think we bought our tickets in June and we went in July. We were just sitting at work one day and we were like, I'm bored. Like, do you want to go somewhere? And it was like, yeah, like, let's look up random plane tickets. And Iceland was there and cheap. And we were like, fuck it, let's go next month.
How was Iceland? It's like
amazing.
one of my bucket list destinations.
It should be number one on your list. Oh my God, yeah. Yeah.
Right now, its neighbor, Scotland, is like big time.
I want to go there.
Yeah. We want to do Scotland as well. But Iceland was super, super cool. We went in the summer, so we had like the midnight sun. So it was dark, it was light out until like 11:30 at night. And then the sun rose at like 3 a.m. So like you literally had the whole day of just like exploring and like doing stuff.
That's so nice. Cool. I'm craving that right now because at 3 p.m. it feels like it's time to go to bed now.
It's terrible. Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that's like we always, so far we seem to always basically have a trip planned. So it's always something to look forward to for us. And we like to plan it together. Like we love getting into it. Right now we currently have tickets for Rome in March. It's not looking too hot for us. But
cross your fingers and toes.
Yeah, I hope you can go.
Thank you. But even
for me, so yeah, I hope you can go.
That's where Taylor studied abroad. So we've been to other places of Italy together, but like I really wanted to go back there with her, and then she can like show me everywhere she fell in love with when she was there for a few months. But even if we can't go there, we're going to go somewhere else.
Yeah. I need to not be in New Jersey for a little bit. Kind of dying.
Are you guys going to continue the podcast like post quarantine and like do travel specials?
I
totally want to record in Italy if we go.
That would be so cool.
We should vlog. Is that what the cool kids do?
Oh my God, we could TikTok.
We could TikTok, Taylor. I love that. That's my love language.
Alexa and I just like figured out the TikTok platform. And how long did it take us to like create a video together the other day?
Too long.
Like,
you're like grandmas.
We're old.
Like, we're so old when it comes to like technology and things that are in. Like you should have seen us. It was really comical. It took us way too long to figure it out.
Hey, you're ahead of us. We wanted to do a TikTok one day, and then we drank too much and forgot.
That sounds like something that we would do.
We literally I
can relate to
like, what's wrong with us? Like, and then all of a sudden it's like 4 bottles deep and we're like, oh, we were supposed to do this TikTok. Right. And I'm like, well, now Taylor's not speaking English, so we can't.
She's speaking Italian.
Probably.
Yeah, basically. Who knows? This undiscovered Italian dialect.
Right. Only certain people, aka me, know it. So it's fine.
Yes. So I was eavesdropping / listening, obviously, because I'm subscribed to your podcast. I was listening to some of your episodes recently, and I noticed that you guys do some pretty epic Schitt's Creek impersonations.
Oh my God.
And Alexa and I are super into Schitt's Creek. I literally just started it during quarantine, and
oh my God,
like 2 weeks ago, and I'm in love. Parks and Rec was my number one, comedy. And this it's very different, but like that warm, positive vibe. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about Schitt's Creek and like
if you
our favorite topic.
Some impressions with us, that'd be great.
Taylor is Alexis sometimes. Like sometimes she'll say things and she's not planning it. And I'm like, you just sounded like Alexis.
I do. And I just started, I'm a 26-year-old woman and I just started carrying a purse around. I hate purses. So, but I noticed myself holding them like Alexis. Like I'm in the store and I'm like this with my purse like on my arm. And people are like, are you okay? And I'm just like, yeah, it's fine. Nothing to see here. I just got my purse. Like I'm going around. It's fine.
I heard one of you do Moira very, very well.
Oh, yeah. When she goes, Bebe. And she's like, David.
Hey, Dad.
Yes. Her performance is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like
I
think about like what the script must say, and then all the things that she's adding to it are just beyond.
Yeah. I've watched like interviews with David Levy, who plays David and is the writer creator of it, and he said like the biggest challenge when they were writing the episodes was because like every time they were writing Moira's lines, you know, she always she says like the most like random words. And they said that was a challenge because after a few seasons, like they would have to think of like, what can we say that's like different? Because she just always is saying like random shit. And I'm like, that is a challenge.
It's almost like they were trying to keep up with her. You know what I'm saying? Like that's so
literally
so awesome. She's genius.
Wait, so did you guys finish it or are you still watching?
I finished it. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys?
Okay, so then we can talk about this because I'm not finished yet, so nobody give away the ending.
No.
I just watched the episode. Spoiler alert for anybody that's listening and has not seen it yet. Flash forward a couple minutes in this podcast. The part where Alexis and Ted broke up. Yes. Please tell me that that is not real and they get back together at the end. Because I will stop watching right fucking now. Okay, so I'm going to stop watching.
I was like, I don't know.
We don't know how to respond to you.
Taylor, that's the part that I said you were gonna cry in when they were in the diner in the cafe with her dress.
Yeah, I did not cry. I have a cold black heart, but I was really sad.
It is sad.
It is really sad.
I feel Alexis had the best character growth because
beautiful.
When you see her, she's so like, you know, she only cares about material things. She only cares about like hot guys. And Ted changed her for the better because even though they didn't end up together, like he supported her when she pursued her own stuff and, you know, like got her high school diploma, went to college, is now becoming like a PR person. And like for the first time in her life, she chose her career over a man. I have goosebumps just talking about it. And like when you first met her in the beginning of the series, like she followed a man around to freaking rehab, you know? And so to see the growth of her, of how at the end, this is the man of her dreams, but her realizing like, I'm not going to give up what I've worked so hard for a man. It's just like the writing is like chef's kiss.
Yeah. Honestly, I was like proud of her in that moment. Cause like just seeing, like you said that beautifully. Like her character growth is one of my favorites. Very, very obsessed with her.
So sad. I know.
I love that they all just, you know, I can't say what I was about to say because it'll ruin things. But everyone has a beautiful arc. I will say that. Everyone's gorgeous.
T, you have to finish it.
Yeah.
You know, I only have a few more episodes left, like 5. So I can
call out of work.
It's not. They're only 20 minutes.
By.
Yeah.
Fly by. So fast. I honestly was I was really sad when it ended.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want to binge it because I'm like, I need something to look forward to.
And there's rumors of them making a movie. And I'm like, don't fuck with me. Yeah. If you're going to make it, make it.
Are they going to make the crows have eyes?
Oh my God.
I would die. I would see that. I would spend money on that.
I would spend money.
I would absolutely spend money on that.
That would be so
That's one of my favorite episodes, honestly, when she's on set.
Oh my
and they're filming that.
So good. So good.
I like watching the trailer of her on that.
Me too. And then when they keep trying to watch the trailer and it keeps buffering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So funny.
They had a pop-up shop in the city last winter, 2019, and Lex and I went, and it was so cool. They had like the diner set up and the menus and everything. They had Moira's wig wall. What else did they have? The motel.
I creeped on one of your Instagrams, I think, and I saw that, and I was
you saw our picture with the big menus.
Yes, I was like, oh, I'm jealous.
It was so
cool. We were fangirling the entire time. Like,
oh my God,
it was so cool.
Yeah,
that's so fun. It's really great when a show like that comes along because if you think about it, how many like comedies and how many like TV shows are out there, but I don't know. For me, like I haven't felt that way about a show since Parks and Rec or The Office even.
Yeah.
That's for me with The Office. Like Taylor told me about Schitt's Creek and she was like, there's this show, you have to watch it. And like at first I was like, I don't know. And then like I gave it a shot and I was like, I've never been like, I was like, Taylor, like, I'm so proud of you. Like, this is the most amazing show I've ever seen. Like, you killed it.
Thank you so much.
What's the dynamic and like taste of shows usually for you guys? Because you guys cover a lot of reality TV in your podcast. Like, who like veers more to what tastes?
I am 1,000,000% reality. I am reality. That's reality. Schitt's Creek, The Office.
That's it.
And I literally think
Game
that's
of Thrones. Game of
Thrones. Those are the only 3 scripted
Interesting.
shows I really
Okay.
watch.
Very
she's
Those are very different.
That's a
like you threw in
big-
Game of Thrones, and I was like, "Whoa, I did not see that
Murder.
coming."
I know.
like all the
Yeah.
happy
Yeah.
shows and like wild shows, and then Game of Thrones,
Game of
darkness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So what have you guys been watching during quarantine?
Oh God. Well,
Quarantine
quarantine started. So here's a funny story. Well, I guess it's not really that funny, but we were flying down to Miami literally a few days before the country shut down, and Lex and I were like, let's start Love is Blind. Like everybody's watching it. This is like the hot show right now. So we were on the flight, and that's probably the show we started quarantine with. But throughout, I mean, we watched Too Hot to Handle. What else did I even watch? I don't freaking know. There was like a lot, I feel.
It's so funny that you mentioned Love is Blind because Pam actually got me to watch that.
Okay,
and
great
she
show.
is not a reality TV person.
you know, it's really funny
Okay.
because
Yeah.
that was actually my first reality TV show I've ever watched.
Welcome.
Really?
Yeah, ever. It's just not my thing. I always like really loved, fiction. And I dove in. I was in a place and I dove in and I was literally 2 episodes in. I was texting everybody. I was like, what the fuck? You guys need to watch this. This is literally insanity. First episode in, I was like, what is this? What's happening? People are getting engaged.
Through a wall.
Craziness.
We're not
Through a
spoiling
wall.
it. It happens in the first episode. They've never seen each other. Like, it's out of control.
I
love
was in
reality
shock,
TV.
honestly.
I know.
I loved it.
It's great. It's a great show. 90 Day Fiancé is a big one that we watched.
Yes. I got my mom into it in quarantine. She loved it.
Highly recommend if you like the weird engagement type of thing, because that's when like they've never met this person and they're flying to Americans are flying to a different country to get engaged to people they've never met, essentially. So that's a good show.
What?
Does it ever work out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Maybe like 4. Well, okay, most of the relationships it's like an old guy in America with like a young hot like Ukrainian girl. So
They want to go
just
to
want the green
America.
card. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
But like there's a few that are legit, I guess.
Yeah.
Like people that have lasted that are still together?
Yeah. Yeah, and they
Have
made
babies.
babies and yeah.
Wild.
Highly
Have you-
recommend.
Alexa, do you watch The Bachelor or Bachelorette?
Which are you talking to me? Alexa?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
talking
was
to you.
like,
I
which
forget.
one?
I
I
forget
was
because
curious.
I know you've watched more reality than I have in the past.
I think when I was in high school, I would watch Bachelorette with my girlfriends, but I haven't watched it in years. So not super recent. Yeah.
Have you guys been liking it? I heard this season was extremely controversial.
Yeah. We're getting into it.
We're
We have
into
a
it.
whole freaking segment on our podcast called Recaps, Roses, and Refreshers.
Oh
Love
yeah.
that.
I love that so much.
Oh,
You
yeah.
guys, if you're into reality TV, wine, laughing, lovely conversation, basically if you have taste, go subscribe
Oh, thank
to
you.
their podcast. They're so fun.
Thank you so much. It's for us two to just talk about the episode since we can't watch it together.
Yeah, because we used to, we would text about it for like hours on end. We would text each other as we're watching it. And then the next day at work, we'd be like, I just can't believe this happened. And we would start texting about it again. So that was part of the reason why we were like, fuck it, let's just make a podcast.
And now we'll like text and sometimes we just can't hold it in. And then we're like, okay, let's save the rest for the podcast so it's natural.
Oh,
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that you guys, put it really allows like for bonding time, but it's also like a feeling of productivity.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
the same time, you're like, I'm working, but really, I just wanted to talk about this show.
Yeah.
That's
Totally.
how I feel a lot of the time when I'm doing this with Alexa.
Yeah.
Particularly, like, how could we justify like taking shots of whiskey? I'm working.
Working.
It's
Sorry.
for the art, okay?
the
It's for
art.
the people.
For the experience,
It's what the people want.
what the
but
people
they're never
want.
getting that episode.
Can you send it to us? Because I kind of want to hear
Yeah,
it.
I need to hear it.
I will definitely consider.
yeah.
I haven't even heard it. I don't even know where it is. I'll try to
I've
find it,
listened
and
to
if I find
it's
it,
been
I'll
a
send
while.
it.
I feel like I need to listen to it again and be like, okay, I guess we can
We'll do the same thing and we'll get trashed. So then we can just like swap them.
And then we can swap.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, that'd be so
That
fun.
sounds great.
Perfect.
I feel like that's fair.
I like that deal.
Yes.
I like that deal.
Yes, I like that.
So can you tell our listeners where they can follow you when your episodes come out so they can stay tuned and follow and subscribe to you because you guys are so lovely.
Yes.
And I want to have you guys back on because you're fun.
So
We want you guys to come on ours. You guys are
Yeah.
awesome.
We would love to.
We would love
that
to.
sounds so fun.
Cool.
Yay.
Seriously, you guys are the best. But yeah, so we post a new episode every Tuesday. And our Instagram, which is where we post most of our stuff, is Uncorked _Unfiltered. And then our Twitter is @Uncork Podcast.
But we
You guys
don't really
have a
tweet a lot,
Twitter.
so yeah,
Oh,
we're not
okay.
Yeah.
big tweeters.
I was going to ask you because Instagram seems to be our main platform.
Yeah.
We haven't.
Same.
Twitter's scary for me.
Twitter scares me too.
I just forget,
Yeah.
unless we're live watching a show and we can think of something clever.
Mhm.
I like Twitter to kind of like observe. I'm not a tweetie.
Yes. Agreed.
Is that what they call
tweetie.
it? Is that
I don't know. I made it up.
I love
like
that.
it. I like that so much. Well, thank
Yeah.
you guys so much for joining
Thank
us.
you.
It was such a pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
And we hope to definitely have you guys on soon. And we're excited to post this episode.
Yes. Thank you. So are we to listen to it, I guess. But thank you so much for reaching out. And we'll obviously talk.
Yay, I'm so
I'm
excited.
posting your episode.
Yay. Okay. You guys, thank you so much for joining us. Follow them and like, subscribe, all the things.
All the
It's in
things.
our outro. You know what to do. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Thanks so much for listening. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all the things. If for some reason you want to see more of us, you can follow us on Instagram @NoOne'sOkay.
And a special thanks to Jordan Ross Weinhold, Sean Moore, Jason Crow, Claire Palmer, Jackson Palmer, Tiffany Haymoff, Shane Rings, James Liddell, and our podcast is recorded at Soundworks Studios.
We can't wait to meet you.